Hey there, everybody. This is Robert Weichelt for another episode of Weichelt Wednesday, and I've got a very special guest. It is once in a lifetime time to get together with my good buddy, Dave Kennord. He's the president of U.S. Growth for EXP. Wow, what a title. Dave, thanks for being on, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great, Robert. Thanks for having me. It's good to hang out with you again.
You know what? It's really good to see you. I know that we haven't had a chance to spend much personal time because of the whole COVID thing, but it's like we never skipped a beat. We just like we were built for this.
It's pretty cool. The way that we can maintain our relationships and keep things going, even though we're at a distance, is a lot of fun.
Amen. But I do look forward to that time again. We can at least high five, my friend. So with that said, let's tell the audience, who is Dave? What is the president of U.S. Growth?
Okay. So, let's see. I'll start with the beginning. As far as so I am married. Been married to my wife Kristen for 23 years.
Wow,
just little babies when we got married, and now we've got two kids of our own. I've got two awesome daughters. One is 18, and one is just about to turn 16. And so their names are Paris and Sophia, and they are amazing, and we have so much fun together. So love my family. That's kind of what's always been my big why, and it's been what's been a driving force for me, and it's where I spend all of my non-working time is hanging out with them. As far as president of U.S. Growth, so I came to EXP so attracted to this business model, and I got a chance to meet Glenn Sanford, and just what I've told people is when I saw the model that he built, I said, this is the model that everyone is from here forward. Any new brokerages being built are going to base it off of this model. It just makes so much sense. And we can see others, the existing companies, try to retrofit to what we're doing, but it's pretty difficult. But all of the new companies coming out are building some semblance of what we're doing. It's changed the industry. So I knew that it was going to do big things, and I was excited to be a part of it. But there was just over 10,000 agents when I came here 2 years ago. And in fact, I remember just before I was still talking with Glenn about the opportunity, we were sitting in an office in New York City, and he showed me his phone. He said, "Hey, look, we just hit 6,000 agents." So now we're sitting here at over 43,000 agents.
You know what? I tell you, I came in right around the same time you did. And it was awesome. I've been in the business, literally, I'll be celebrating 35 years this Saturday.
Congrats.
And my wife, I've owned my own company. I've owned a RE/MAX. I was very involved in lots of, a couple different opportunities. And then when EXP was introduced to me, it somehow clicked. I literally heard it for about 7 minutes, the introduction of it, the features and benefits, and it just clicked. It takes some people a little longer, some people a little less, but it clicked for me. And my wife tells me it just blows my mind. She says, "You've got a new lease on life. You've got a new lease on your career. I'm glowing. I'm happy. I'm excited. I love my business again." Because it's just when you get in that rut, you're kind of just in the same thing, doing the same thing, just chasing transactions, to where now we get to not only do a lot of business, lots of opportunity for business and more growth, but to help other agents grow it and build a life that they've never even imagined available. And that's just what's inspiring. So my 3 questions that I wanted to ask you, question number 1 is, the 3 things what do you would like to say to the audience watching this and say, these are the 3 things that I think agents watching this need to pay attention to?
The super potentially obvious, okay, the things that you need to pay attention to is, number 1, you need to pay attention, right? I think that is one of the, may get lost when we start to get into the specifics of what we should be paying attention to. And I think there are some key things, but in general, something that somebody told me when I was, my business mentor, first getting into business, I was in my 20s, and I bought my first brokerage when I was in my late 20s. And I had a great business coach. And he talked about going through life with your head up, right? And it's the interactions and opportunities that pass us by all the time because we're not paying attention. Most people have heard of the term your reticular activator, right? And so it's that same concept of, you've never heard of a car, you've never seen the car, and then somewhere, a friend gets one or something, and you go, wow, that is a really cool car. I really like it, and I would love to have that in white. And guess what? for the next couple of weeks, you're going to see a ton of those cars in white on the roads because it's stuck in your head. And so, they were always there, but you weren't open to seeing them before, and your brain kind of locks them away. So be open. Opportunity is there. You just have to be looking for it.
I love that. Pay attention. That's key. We're so focused on just hurry that we go right by all these opportunities. And open-minded. That is a great takeaway. What's another feature and benefit of EXP that changes it's like a game changer? And there's lots of them. It's like, where do you begin?
Yeah. I would say the way that our structure is, and I talked about the model, right? And I talked about the fact that, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And a part of that is that, without some of the structure and the added expense and personnel and details and management and everything else that comes into operating a brokerage, that comes out of it. It has nothing to do with serving the agents. It has to do with operating the business, right? It's an expense and function of operating a business that actually takes your attention and resources away from serving your agents. We can do things like give agents stock, right? So now we're giving away stock as agents, as they hit certain milestones and achieve certain things, they are given stock by the company. And of course, the big one being achieving icon for our high producing agents who get $16,000 worth of stock every year. When they achieve that is huge. The opportunity to get a 10% discount on stock on 5% of their commissions on each closed sale. And then the revenue share, we are able to operate on 50% of our company dollar. And when we say operate, you can look at our finances. We're a publicly traded company. You can see we're highly profitable, cash flowing, very strong. We have no debt. We've never had to borrow.
In closing, what's the message that we want to say to the agents that are watching this, that are tuning in, thinking maybe they want another opportunity at this right here? What would you like to say to them?
The coolest thing about what we do, the stuff is great. The things that you can do, the training you can get here to grow your business, the opportunity to make more income, to build wealth, and all of those things that serve you and make it a great opportunity for you. But hands down, the best thing about what we do at EXP is an opportunity to serve others. We talk every day, both in our leadership groups and with our groups of agents, about the fact that we get to change lives all the time. We are changing lives. And that is a remarkable thing that we get to do. It's such an honor and a pleasure. And when I get to hear the stories of the agents who have been here, who have been able to pay off a ton of debt, get themselves out of debt, to pay for kids' college, to have a retirement they never thought because of the stock or because of the revenue share or because of some of the other opportunities they've had to go grow their business. But the fact that they are able to provide that opportunity for others and to help others, there's such a feeling of everyone being intertwined. They say the rising tide raises all ships, and that's really what's happening here. Is you can feel the support from the other agents in a way that just you don't find at other brokerages, and there's an enthusiasm for serving others and helping others succeed here that you can taste and feel. It's pretty cool.
You know what? I could tell you this from experience that I have never seen anything quite like it. I take advantage of the 5% and buy at 10% discount every check. I would put more if I could. I've not even looked at it. I just don't want to look at it. I want to just let it grow and stay there because it's a retirement.
It's looking pretty good right now. I can tell you that.
A buddy of mine literally liquidated just some, and he paid off his home. And I was like, those are real stories. Those are goosebump type stories that us realtors never had that opportunity before. And so you truly are changing lives. And that's why I wanted to get you on, get you out there. And I wanted the public to know from the president of U.S. Growth, man, you just don't get better than that. And you're just such a breath of fresh air, and your positive attitude is just infectious. So I want to thank you so much for being on. This is Robert Weichelt with my buddy, Dave Kennord, the U.S. president of Growth. This is just fantastic. We've got a lot of great things going on here. Tune in next time, and you have a great day.